What's up guys, Cryonik here, and welcome back to another video. February 21st marks the 35th anniversary for the Legend of Zelda series. That's only a week away from the time of this recording, and we still have no news. To see what we might get in a Zelda Anniversary Direct, I'm going to be looking over everything that was announced in the Mario 35th Anniversary Direct back in September, and see what the Zelda version of those could be. So with all that being said, let's get on with the video. First up, we have Mario 3D All-Stars, which included 3 past Mario games and brought them onto the Nintendo Switch. So let's see what past Zelda games are the most likely options to be included in a Zelda 3D All-Stars. One important thing I'll say first, each of the games in the Mario 3D All-Stars collection came from different consoles, those being the N64, the GameCube, and the Wii, so I'll be applying the same rule to these games as well. First is the Nintendo 64, with our options being Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Ocarina of Time is definitely the most likely choice, as it's just one of the most popular Zelda games in general. Now, both of these games have been brought to the 3DS, but Majora's Mask was released with the launch of the new 3DS, meaning it had extra camera controls with the Circle Pad Pro. So that might come into play when deciding which one of these games makes its way onto the Switch. Next up is the GameCube, and this time our options are Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, which have both gotten HD remakes on the Wii U since their initial release, meaning that would probably be the version that makes its way to the Switch. Now, in my opinion, I feel like Wind Waker would be the better option between these two, but there still might be a way to get them both on the Switch, because Twilight Princess wasn't just released on the GameCube, but also the Wii, meaning it could be the title for that console. Our other option would be Skyward Sword, which would be cool to see as it hasn't gone in HD port yet, but it would need a major reworking with the controls to get it onto the Switch, as it heavily uses the Wii Motion Plus functionality for control of Link's sword. Since Twilight Princess already has an HD port as well, it definitely seems like the easier option for Nintendo and what they would most likely choose. Now, if this was to happen, Nintendo would need to take away that limited release that Mario 3D All-Stars had, because it just wasn't a good move, and I don't know why they did it in the first place. Next up is the alternative to Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This could possibly be how Skyward Sword makes its way onto Switch, but I think instead of an old game with extra content like Bowser's Fury, this would be the release of Breath of the Wild 2. Now, having a brand new Zelda game and 3 old ones return on Switch at around the same time sounds a little unlikely, I know, but I think it would be doable. Breath of the Wild 2 was announced to have started development in July of 2019, meaning Nintendo has had about a year and a half to work on the game. While this is much less time than the 5 years Breath of the Wild took to develop, they would probably be taking most of the assets from that game and copying it into Breath of the Wild 2. So it doesn't seem too unlikely for the game to be released about holiday season this year or early 2022. Moving on to some more minor things in the Direct, we have Super Mario 35, which I could easily see a Zelda 35 being released, where you race against other players to beat the original Legend of Zelda game, and just doing things like defeating enemies could affect other people's game. We also have a Smash Ultimate Tournament, which I could definitely see happening, as well as a Zelda-themed Splatfest, which I have talked about in my recent Splatfest Ideas video, so go check that out if you haven't already and want to hear my thoughts on a Zelda Splatfest. While this isn't going to be released until March, it was also announced that Mario-themed furniture would be appearing in Animal Crossing New Horizons, so seeing some Zelda items come into the game as well would be nice. Finally, we have the collectible pin set, which would also be very easy for a Zelda adaptation, just taking some promotional art from past games, putting it into pins, and that is it. The rest of the things in the Mario Direct were very unlikely to get a Zelda makeover, those being Mario Kart Home Circuit, Super Mario Edition Game & Watch, events in Mario Kart Tour, and special themed Ninja runs in Mario Maker 2. And none of these just seemed like there would be any chance of getting a Zelda version, so I just decided to leave them out. But that is everything that I think could be announced in a Zelda Anniversary Direct. What do you guys think of my ideas? Tell me in the comments below. And make sure to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server. Both of those will be in the link in the description. But with all that being said, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.